Oh my God. I've never seen such a shameless bunch, honestly. Have you ever come across something or someone that you've repeatedly said, no, 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 I don't want you? And they simply don't want to take a no, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the Ricketts family, ladies and gentlemen, has come up with 8-point foreplay for Chelsea. 8-point promises. You might as well just call it foreplay at this moment. Let's react to this, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. This whole saga, the Chelsea ownership saga. Do you know what? I'm fed up. I'm literally fed up with it. Just let the Ricketts win. Let them win. Let's move on with it. We've had surveys where over 70% opting for not Ricketts to be the owners. We've now had protests at Stamford Bridge, hashtags, the countless amount of things that the Chelsea fan base have done. And on top of that, Thomas Tuchel in the press conference been so straightforward about the Ricketts as well, that you got to face your consequences if you're going to do these shenanigans. Yet these Ricketts, you've got to be downright shameless. You've got to be downright shameless, and they don't care. They don't care. They don't care if they're hated. They don't care if that's what majority of the fan base don't want. They want to be the owners of Chelsea Football Club, and looks like. And this is what I said, ladies and gentlemen, for the past couple of weeks, almost 3 weeks, since the saga started, that every man and dog out there is wanting Ricketts to win, besides the fan base, obviously. You got Bruce Buck internally, an imposter within Chelsea, wanting the Ricketts, setting up secret meetings, whatnot, and giving the Ricketts an advantage. You've got the Rain Group, who are like this with the Ricketts and only wanting the Ricketts to succeed. And yeah, it's all set up. It is all set up for the Ricketts. We're going to go through the 8 points, and then we're going to also look at the Ricketts. Now they've got abundance of money as well. They've now added another investor within their whole consortium, as if their consortium wasn't strong enough. Now it's to a point where just give them the key to Chelsea Football Club, because the Bowleys at this point, what chance do they have? They're fighting against pretty much everyone. But let's react, ladies and gentlemen, to these 8 points. 8 points of love, 8 points of promise, 8 points to seduce Chelsea. Let's do this. The Ricketts family commitment to Chelsea, an 8-point pledge. Number one, we're going to react to each and every one of these ones. Number one, make no change to the club's name, badge and crest, or Chelsea blue without the consent of supporters. The fact that you're having to say that, it's mad. I mean, are you telling me we're not going to look like Inter Milan? I thought that would have been the great idea to sort the Lukaku situation. I was expecting us having the Inter. I wouldn't even mind, you know what I mean? Like the Dortmund style, black and yellow, black and yellow, black. I mean, are you mad? Are you literally mad? For you to make that as a pledge, I'm concerned about your mentality. I'm actually worried. You pondered this? There was actually a thought in your mind to change the club's name? Well, what would you want to call us? Chelsea Trailblazers or something? I mean, AFC Chelsea, AC Chelsea, like Red Bull Chelsea. Come on, man. What were you thinking? How could you think that this is worthy enough to put into this list? And first of all, this is pretty much the document I'm seeing all over social media. I mean, is this how you made the pledge? Looks like something I would do in notes on my iPhone. It really looks like when you do notes, it looks like something like that. Where you just type all these things up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at number 2. Never participate in a European Super League and always protect the integrity and heritage of Chelsea Football Club. I mean, look, as much as I want to believe you, you're not shying away from making money. Let's make this absolutely 100%. The next very opportunity that comes up, you're going to be participating. It's good to write all these things. How can we make you accountable for it anyway? What's going to happen if you break this pledge? What can the fans possibly do if you were to change your mind? Oh, now here's a new pledge, ladies and gentlemen, a brand new latest pledge that supersedes the last one. And what if it's not even called European Super League? You've stated here, never participate in a European Super League. What if it's called something else? What if you're technical and say, I said European Super League, I didn't talk about XYZ. So look, thank you for putting that in your pledge. But once again, I don't buy it. You guys are money hungry, and this is a very big opportunity to make money. I don't see how you stay away from this. Considering your background and whatnot, you guys are heavily in the economy trying to squeeze out as much money as you can, and you're telling me you're not going to do this. Okay, fair enough. Number 3, commit the resources necessary across all levels of the club to continue winning trophies, including investing in the first team, experienced football leadership, and the academy. I like this. I actually do like this. And this is, I'm hoping, which looks like you're going to get the ownership anyway. This is something that I want to have against you guys if you don't do it. Because considering what you've been doing with Chicago Cubs, where you've absolutely brought the club to ground level, destroyed, sold off all the assets and whatnot, this is very important because we need you to continue to invest on Chelsea. And I don't mean investment being one-way street. Obviously, you're going to need some return. Obviously, you're going to look for some profit. I completely get that. But I love the fact that you've mentioned here that you'll continue to invest to win trophies, including investing in first team, experienced football leadership, and the academy. So hoping when you say football leadership, you're talking about director of football, scouts, academy as well. Yes, we have one of the finest, if not the finest academy in the country, if not the world. And we need it to continue to be that way. And because that's a form of generating not just income, but getting top-notch talents. Number 4, put diversity and inclusion at the heart of the club and fight against any form of discrimination or inequality. Now, look, that's for you guys to sort out internally. I mean, it's great you've got it in the pledge. Once again, that's another one where it's a non-negotiable. That doesn't need to be in the pledge. That's how human beings are. You need to be promoting diversity, inclusion. The fact that you've said what you said about the Muslims and how they're your enemy, your father, the Ricketts family, their head, that's mad. That's mad. That's a big part of the fan base. What you said about the Asians as well, calling it the Kung Flu, that's mad as well. As a large fan base, you need to be making sure Chelsea is not just for a particular group of fans. It's a global brand. It's literally everywhere. I've seen it firsthand when I'm traveling and I'm seeing people in sports bars. Chelsea football clubs in Asia, big time. Chelsea football clubs in Africa. Chelsea football clubs in, all over the world, in America, as you know, like all over, in Australia where I am. It's not just for a certain amount of, a particular race or a particular group. It's for everyone. Every race, every belief, for everyone. But that's something you guys need to sort out within your family, because it seems like you have an issue with that. Number 5, create an advisory committee with diverse representation to ensure our decisions are informed by a former men's and women's first team player, members of the CST, Chelsea Supporters Trust, and Chelsea pitch owners and influential community leaders. Look, I don't have an issue with this. What I have a problem is, 1, how are you going to select that group? First team players are going to be members of the first team players, representation to ensure our decisions are informed by our former men's and women's first team. First of all, this sounds great logically, but to have them and then you're going to, let's say, make a decision based on these individuals don't need to be blamed for what's happening. You don't want the fans to go after, like, it's unnecessary burden on these players. You are the leaders. You should know what people are talking about and then make informed decisions. You don't necessarily need to have all of these people in an advisory committee. It's just unnecessary. Let the footballers play football, and you guys are there to make the decisions. Yes, it sounds great, but I feel like it's unnecessary. You can, of course, add members of the Chelsea Supporters Trust and pitch owners, no problems. Once again, how are you going to make that selection? Influential community leaders, all good and dandy. How are you going to make that? Is it going to be biased? And also, are you really going to listen to them? Are you really, really going to listen to them? That's the big story. I mean, what if they say, don't do this? You bring up the Super League and they go, no, don't do this. Are you going to say, oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'll listen to you. Come on, man. Like, it all sounds good in theory, but let's put it in practicality. And I don't think it will even come to fruition. 6, explore every option to redevelop Stamford Bridge and do everything in our power to keep playing in the historic stadium. Now, look, I don't know the ins and outs about how it's located in the heart of London and whatnot, but from what I've heard from other people that live there, in order to extend, redevelop Stamford Bridge, it ain't going to be easy because there's residential houses, there's a train line underground, this, that. It's very, very deep. Now, there was conversations that you could possibly make it go from 40 to about, I don't know, 60,000, 55, 60,000, increase it by another 20. That can happen, but that as well will take immense planning, immense organization. You need the right people. Bottom line, you need to do that. And I like that. But that's with every other consortium that we've seen, all the bids, everyone, even the Koreans with Nick Candy, Saudis had this plan as well. They all know Chelsea needs to increase its revenue, and one major way, and that needs to happen. 40,000 capacity is too small for Chelsea Football Club, European champions, mind you. We need a far bigger capacity, minimum 60,000 for the time being. You see some of the stadiums in Spain, like the Bernabeu, Camp Nou. It's a colossus. It's a coliseum. It's huge. It's huge. We need minimum 60,000. Now, you're saying that keep playing in the historic stadium at Stamford Bridge. Look, if you ever want anything around 80,000, 100,000, you're going to have to move. So I'm not sure you should be pledging something that most likely you will need to battle with the pitch owners to see what you can do, because Spurs are earning 40 million odd more than us per year through ticket sales. And that's something that we need to look into. Number 7, match the current commitment to Chelsea FC women and increase the number of women's matches played at Stamford Bridge. I like this. Why aren't the women playing at Stamford Bridge? I don't keep in touch too much with the women's matches. I probably should. I just don't get the time to do so many things. But I like this. Why shouldn't they play more at Stamford Bridge? In fact, I think it'll just, expose that women's game to far more fans out there. And I think playing at Stamford Bridge, once again, more capacity, and that's a good thing. I've not seen that with all the other consortium. I think the Saudis did say, they're not even shortlisted, but the Saudis did say that they want to get Chelsea. One of the biggest reasons is to promote the women's team, not just for Chelsea Football Club, but in Saudi Arabia as well for the women out there. Number 8, continue the vital charitable work of the Chelsea Foundation, seeking to use the power of football and sport. It doesn't even finish. They couldn't even be bothered to finish off that 8th point, which is mad. Continue the vital charitable work of Chelsea Foundation, seeking to use the power of football. I mean, look, charitable work, of course you're going to do that. Part of our revenue that the proceeds of sale is apparently going to charitable foundation. So It's not even going to Roman. So we are very well accustomed to being charity FC. Are some of the Premier League teams. We are good at giving charity. We recently gave one to Brentford, if you didn't know. So look, that in itself, I'm okay with. Ladies and gentlemen, this 8-point BS, a lot of it is just, it's basic stuff. It's not anything that is, oh, that's unique. That's something that other consortiums are not doing. That's smart. It's very basic stuff. If these things need to be in your pledge, I'm worried. I'm worried because what did you really think that you were going to do with Chelsea Football Club? It's mad. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are with this pledge of 8 points. 8 points to seduce Chelsea FC. I mean, look, at the end of the day, these guys have won it. That's how I look at it. They might as well finish off this drama series that they're playing with us. We know Ricketts are going to win, so let's move on with it. Now to another news about the Ricketts, which I mentioned that they've now got themselves another investor in their consortium. This is what it is. Sources said on Saturday evening that Rock Entertainment Group had agreed to invest a significant, though undisclosed, sum in the bid to join the consortium to buy the Rock Entertainment Group. They're a huge group in United States, ladies and gentlemen. They are worth a lot of money. The owner of the NBA's Cleveland Cavaliers, huge NBA team, and a number of other major American sports franchises is joining forces with the Ricketts family and Ken Griffin in their bid for Chelsea FC. Ken Griffin was already worth a lot of money. That's where the big bucks were coming for the Ricketts. Now they've also included the Rock Entertainment Group, who've already got Cleveland Cavaliers, and they've got other major American sport franchises. So now they're adding to their repertoire of having sporting background. So, I mean, how are you going to say no anymore? They were already not backing off with all the hate that the fan base was showing, and now they're throwing, adding onto their consortium with mega money. So it's going to be long, ladies and gentlemen. It remains Ricketts-led bid, even if they do not take the controlling stake at Chelsea. The group have not commented on the planned share split. This is from Matt Law. A lot of the people are saying, well, the Ricketts, I think they're worth about $5 billion. Then you've got the Ken Griffin, who's worth about, I'd say, 25 to 30 billion. Then you've got the Rock Entertainment Group. They're about 40 billion, something like that. So there's been a question as to who's actually owning Chelsea Football Club, because this consortium seems a bit, in terms of the shares, who's got what. But, Matt Law saying it still remains that it's a Ricketts-led bid, and those guys are just going to be financially backing it. At the end of the day, who owns what in terms of percentage and who gets what type of returns, we'll get to know very, very soon. But, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Ricketts era. Get ready to be owned by a particular group that have showcased that they're racist. They talk about they want to have diversity and whole inclusive of, getting all sorts of beliefs and, races and religions together. They're going to do their best to promote that. But, even if you look that aside, you look at their sporting background with the Ricketts, with Chicago Cubs, but now they're adding all these people in their consortium. Look, they're going to win, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what your thoughts are. 11th April apparently is the cutoff day for all of this drama to come to an end, and we'll find out who the winner is. But let me know what your thoughts are in regards to the 8 points of promise, the pledge, and also the fact that now they're adding the Rock Entertainment Group. I mean, they're heavily backed. And you'd have to say Chelsea would be owned by one of the most, richest consortiums out there, I'd have to say. But let me know. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys with another watch along very, very soon. I shall do the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace match. And obviously there's a whole heap of madness coming up with the Champions League as well. Until next time, everyone, take care and see ya.